Hello everyone, this is Aaron Fitch from ATF Gaming and welcome back to NASCAR Heat 2. Today I believe we have a triple header at Kentucky, which can only go so well because Kentucky is totally one of my best tracks. Let's just recap what happened last episode. We didn't have a truck race. We finished 5th in the Xfinity Series and dead last at Daytona. What do you expect, honestly? When you're being run off the track nonstop. But yeah, we're going to head off to Kentucky and see what happens. Hopefully we can have a good truck and Xfinity race before we deal with the pain and sadness of the Cup race. But let's head off to the track. Alright, here we are starting our qualifying lap at Kentucky. This setup is a little out of control for my liking. But I'm just not really used to it yet. I guess is probably the main culprit. Kentucky has two very distinct corners that are not at all similar, so we gotta kind of take it with a grain of salt here. I'm probably not going to use this setup because honestly I don't like it. I hope that the Xfinity and Cup Series setups are a little better, but 17th. You know what? I am going to use the setup just to get used to it a little bit. This is the series where I can take the time and get used to these kind of things. So we'll do that. But let's head off to the race.
Stay sharp. Green's coming. Okay. Be smart out there. Going green. There's the green flag.
Be smart out there, says the crew chief. So let's attempt to do that. Like I said, I am not a huge fan of Kentucky. Really, period. In real life or in game form. I'm terrible at it, and it's just... I love that they attempted to do something different with it, but it's still not a great track in my opinion. I don't really know what I'm going to be able to do here. Don't know if I'm going to be really able to run the high line with much confidence.
Still there.
So I guess I'll just stick to the bottom and wait for openings. Come on, John Hunter.
Hold low. Stay right there.
Let's move forward a little bit. Short stage, we only got one more lap in the stage, so let's go high here, see if we can maybe make some moves.
Clear low. Car inside. Easy. Hold your line.
One lap to go on the stage. Short stages, so this race will be over fairly quickly in my opinion. But we're just running the high lines here, and if we can gain any more spots in the stage.
Stay on the top. Keep it right there.
We might be able to, I don't know. We should be able to at least get clear of Briscoe. Don't think we'll get any higher than that though. Well, actually,
stay right there.
We barely just stayed ahead of Briscoe, but a 4th place stage finish, I'll take that. I will take that, no problem. See what the pit strategy is. Not going to pit now, so I assume we'll pit at the end of this stage and see if that takes us to the end or not.
Stay sharp. Green's coming. Nice.
Should, but this game and pit strategy usually is a little funky.
Steady.
Can we win this race? I definitely think so if I can get used to this setup.
Stay high.
And really, when you think about how different the truck is compared to other cars in this game, the setups usually are pretty similar. So we're going to give Crafton a shove here. And get incredibly loose. Oh no. Okay, we saved it. Did Briscoe save it? No idea, but we did lose 10 positions in that whole debacle, so that's unfortunate. Where did Briscoe end up? 29th, yeah. We're pitting. We're pitting. I think that's going to be the smart thing to do. I don't mind it if we win this race by a country mile, honestly.
Almost
We haven't
ready.
done that in a
Green,
while,
going
so
green.
I wouldn't mind
Green
doing
flag,
that.
green flag.
We might still be short. Nope, we're right on. Boom. No cautions, and we can win this race by at least a lap. So, I'm not going to do it like I do in the Cup Series because I don't have to worry about rivals
Careful.
trying to wreck the living daylights out of me all the time, but I will still be cautious about things.
Still there.
Not try to instigate any incidents as I get
Carlo.
into Briscoe immediately after I say that. But we'll just run the high line. If we move forward, you move forward. If we don't, we don't.
Hold your line.
Going four
Okay,
wide
that's the
probably
halfway
isn't a
mark.
smart idea.
Carlo.
But Briscoe is on a mission right now ever since we had that issue earlier. But we're just going to run the high line and see if that can take us to the end of the race here without any cautions. Truck Series, we very rarely have to pit under green, so I'm curious to see if that causes any issues.
10 laps to go.
Still good on fuel. When does it change to 9? Will be the
All clear.
real teller of how this will go. Alright, we're going to slide in behind Yaley here. I apologize if I'm mumbling a little bit and you can't understand me. I'm trying to be a little quieter, but not too bad. That was a lane I really didn't want to operate, but that works. But like I said, I do believe that they're going to have to pit. There's all or nothing Ross Chastain at this point in time. He's 13th, so he's actually in the middle area, so that's new and exciting. There's Myatt Snyder in a DLC scheme that I've never seen before.
Stay high. Still there.
That's actually very similar to his paint scheme in real life with the 13 right there. So we got everything going right here. Do not spin out, Aaron. All right. Little skatey there, but hopefully we can keep things going. Like I said, we're just going to be cautious on the high side. Then if people do start pitting, we can avoid them. Okay, gonna get a little loose there. Nobody came in that time. I don't know when they will start coming in. It would be fairly soon, you would think. Okay. Nope. Alright. Had to hit the brake a little bit to save it. That's fine. We just don't want a caution.
Low, clear.
Snyder and Coughlin has just been side by side this whole time, and I have not been able to get past them.
Clear.
I swear, if the AI get extra large fuel tanks, I'm going to be very upset. There's no way they should be able to... Okay, yeah, they're coming in now. Some of them are. I was going to say, if they got extra large fuel tanks, I would be really mad. Alright, just don't spin out. Because some of them are coming in. Most of them are coming in, actually. We'll inherit the lead, probably. Yep. Looks like Travis Quatfo and a couple others stayed out, but now we can just focus on running our line here. And not spinning out, preferably. Still got at least 5 cars who haven't pitted. But we haven't won a race like this in a while. We did this a lot early on in the season, but since then it's been a lot more smooth. Now the question is, will we come out in traffic or not? It looks like we may have a couple cars to deal with, but not a ton of traffic, which is nice. So we're not going to lap everybody, I don't think, unless if this is to put them 2 laps down. If that's the case, then we're fine. If a caution comes out. But I have a feeling that Bell and whoever that is in front of Bell is going to be on the lead lap. Looks like Ben Rhodes. So yeah, they are going to be on the lead lap. So if a caution does come out, we'll have at least 2 people to fight with. Now again, we might run out of fuel coming to the line, but we do have almost a lap lead, so we'll be fine. The setup is not as comfortable as I would have liked. We'll see if the Xfinity car handles a little differently with a similar setup. All of HD Motorsports setups are pretty similar across the 3 series and across the tracks as well. So we'll see if that is the case here in Kentucky as well. A white flag coming out this time. Yes, we might even be able to lap Bell by the end of this race. Well, not if I do that. A white flag is out, sponsored by the state of Pennsylvania, I believe is what this one is. Yeah, Pennsylvania. Okay, alright. Don't do anything stupid, Aaron. Don't need to lap Bell if you don't want to. We might run out coming to the line, but we'll be fine as long as we don't spin out.
You're almost out of gas.
Well aware of that, Mr. Crew Chief. But we're going to take the win.
Fantastic job out there. Great win.
All right. I will take that 105 speed rating. Managed to outsmart the field yet again. 3 cars on the lead lap. Excuse me. See if anybody did not finish the race. Nope, everybody finished. Cool. We'll get a little money off of that. We're almost in the 30 million zone. Good finish in the Cup Series, and we might be there soon. We maintain and extend our points lead. That was our 6th win of the year in the Truck Series, so we've been pretty much dominating here, and that's to be expected. Here we are in victory lane. That's another win for the Happy Dog in spirit, of course. Let's get out of the car and celebrate a little bit in our off-color jersey. And I'll see you guys for qualifying in the Xfinity car. Hey, would you look at that? We got an incentive contract. It's a miracle. Oh, and we have to pick one for the Xfinity Series. We'll just go with the easiest one, top 15. And now we can head off to qualifying at Kentucky. Alright, here we are qualifying in the Xfinity car. Again, using custom setup by HD Motorsports. It felt very good in turns 3 and 4. Also feels really good in turns 1 and 2. So I think I like this setup a lot better than the truck setup. And usually the Xfinity and the Cup setups are pretty similar. So I'm very appreciative of that. Kind of running the second lane, but not too concerned with that. Let's see where we qualify.
All right.
25th, right about where we usually are. See who's on the pole. Jeremy Clements is on the pole. Good for him, but I mean, that's not normal. Joey Logano qualified 31st. But, alright. Let's see what we can do in the race.
Green's coming. The race is going green. Green flag.
The car feels good, so I would assume we can have a decent run, maybe get another win. That would be beneficial.
Stay on the bottom. Hold your line.
Ross Chastain pulled down to the bottom block. Probably a smart move on his part. We'll try to get underneath him here.
Hold your line.
Got race winner Kevin Harvick dominating the Xfinity Series race. I have not seen the Cup Series race. I'm recording this actually during the rain delay. Oh, is Matt Tifft a rival? He might be, actually.
All clear.
Alright, I'm still in the process of saving it. Ooh, that was a long save. Matt Tifft might be a rival. I remember we had a new rival at the end of the race at Daytona. It might have been him, so I wasn't really thinking about that. We know Bubba Wallace is a rival, but oh well. But I'm actually recording these races during the rain delay on Sunday, so I have not seen the Cup race yet. I don't know if it will be raced later on Sunday night or if it gets postponed to Monday. We don't know that yet as of recording. Alright, Daniel Hemrick. Thanks a bunch. Man, the Xfinity Series people are becoming a thorn in my side now, too. Not really happy about that. This series is kind of like a fake Cup series for me because it's nice and relaxing usually. But now we got some rivals in this series as well. I am not going to make it 3 wide. That would be a very ill-advised move.
Stay high. Keep it right there.
So I guess we'll give Annette a shove, see if he can get ahead of Kane. Which, of course, he can't because Michael Annette might be the slowest NASCAR driver ever. And that's the end of stage 1 because I wasn't paying attention. Alright, let's see what the pit strategy is. We can make it to the end of stage 2, so we will. I was hoping for a little more progress there. The car feels really good, but we apparently had issues with rivals. I don't know. Now, Hemrick, I think it was just bad driving on his part, but I really do think Matt Tifft might be a rival because he was very aggressive with me.
Keep it right there.
We can make the high line work. We did it in the Truck Series race. But I just gotta be smart about when I do. Because if we come down the backstretch 3 wide, I'll probably get shoved into the wall regardless of whether I have rivals or not. Front stretch is a lot more manageable. So I guess I gotta remember that. Now we got rival Bubba Wallace here. And there's Daniel Hemrick, the guy who acted like a rival in stage 1. So we'll just try to go 3 wide on the outside here. Let's see what kind of benefit we can get from that. Not much. We'll make it 3 wide with Harrison Rhodes and Cole Custer. Tough break for Custer in the Xfinity race. I personally think the developers of this game might have jinxed him a little bit because they tweeted saying, "Oh, who do you think? How many of you think Cole Custer's going to win this race?" And then he gets wrecked out of it and finishes almost last. So I think 704 might have jinxed him a little bit there. Alright, we might be in stage point territory for this stage, so we definitely need to take a look at that. In this series and the Cup Series, we are stage racing to try to get as many playoff points as possible by finishing well in the regular season championship. So we do want to try to get some stage points to help that situation. Again, this is probably not the preferred line in this situation. 1 lap to go in stage 2.
Excellent lap.
Excellent lap according to the crew chief / spotter, who really knows what he is. Okay, give Ty Dillon a little bit more of a shove than I had personally anticipated to do.
Still there.
But let's see if we can maybe get around Suarez and get another point. Because Suarez is up there in the standings with us, I'm pretty sure. So every point we can get, the better. But I don't think we'll be able to do it here. Nope. 8th in stage 2, I'll take it. Couple playoff, not playoff points, a couple of regular season points. So I believe pitting now is the right answer. So we're going to do that. We'll repair as well. Looks like Sadler, Byron, Clements, and us are pitting now, and I personally think are on the correct strategy. We'll see what the fuel mileage looks like. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to be fine. Yeah, so we're on the right strategy again, but we do have a couple other people with us, so it's not going to be just us on our own. So we got to be smart about that. We don't want to cause a caution, but we also need to stay ahead of these three guys.
Stay high. Hold your line.
Okay. Garrett Smithley kind of went all out of whack, and we're going to be 4 wide here on the tri-oval.
Stay on the top. Careful.
Yep. Spotter, I will most definitely stay on the top. I don't really have much of other choice here. Alright, but we're going to let off here, slide in. Not going to make it 3 wide on the back stretch. That would be an ill-advised move. But we can definitely make it 3 wide in the tri-oval, so we will attempt to do so.
Car underneath.
Now there's Matt Tift again. I don't know if he's going to try to run me into the wall or not, so I'll put Dakota Armstrong in between.
Low, low.
Joey Gase is kind of having a rough time of it.
Low, low.
But we're flying through the pack right now. Definitely the fastest of the 4 who have pitted. So we're going to be good there. I personally love to see this run out under green, but we know how often that usually happens. For those of you who aren't aware, I am doing a live stream series of the 2018 championship mode in this game, and we are having actually quite a bit of fun there. No rivals, so we can actually race hard and clean. So if you were not aware of that, the first 2 streams are up on YouTube as episodes. We'll be streaming every Saturday. The time will be different depending on when the Xfinity race is scheduled, or if there's a doubleheader, or if a late night cup race on Saturday. So I'll work around the real life NASCAR schedule. So just keep an eye on. Usually I'll put a reminder up on YouTube beforehand. So just check your subscription feed, and you can most likely figure out when I'll be streaming.
The car ahead is pitting.
Alright, we got some pitting already. Looks like the front 2 guys did. Allgaier and Jones.
You're hitting your mark. Great lap.
That was a great lap, apparently. Somebody's going a little crazy there. Might be Ryan Reed. Can't really tell from this far away. But it looks like another chunk of cars will pit this time. Maybe all of them. Alright, I'm going to stay high here because these AI... Cole Custer is going to cause a caution. Saw that coming from a mile away. Yeah. So that's unfortunate. Well on a pit for tires. No. Tire wear has not been a huge issue. So Eric Jones and Justin Allgaier also got on the right strategy because they pitted early and had not fallen a lap down yet. So we have a race of about six fast cars, and then everybody behind them still fast too, but they were on the wrong pit strategy, so I'll eliminate them in my mind. Did not get a good restart. Sadler managed to get out in front, but let's see if we can make a move on the high side here. I think we can definitely win this race if we're smart. Got 3 laps to do it, however, so can't really make any mistakes. Alright, we got Sadler arrow loose. I don't think we actually touched him. Well, we definitely touched him there. And that's going to hurt, because he's going to take the inside. We also got Eric Jones into the picture now. We're trying to block.
2 to go.
2 laps to go. I still think we can win this race. We just got to pick our spots carefully. I mean, we could definitely just wreck Sadler, but I don't want to do that. Not to Elliott. He's had enough hardship in his career.
Stay on the bottom. Car there.
Alright, well, I had the spot there, but Sadler decided just to run me over. And now Jones is going to get into the picture. So this is going to be a three-way battle here on the last lap. White flag is out, sponsored by the state of Kentucky. I would love to get around Jones in this corner. Oh, he's going to go high, so we'll cross over and get on the apron and wreck. Well, that just threw away the win right there. He left the low lane open, but I adjusted too much and I went straight off the track. So it's going to be a 3rd place effort for us. Again, still a good finish considering Kentucky is a terrible track for me.
Awesome.
But we could have won that thing. We definitely could have won it. But just wasn't our day. We had the right pit strategy, but Cole Custer decided to ruin it by derping on the pit road incorrectly, and so on and so forth. Add that to the list of things that screw me over. But we did get some stage points, so that'll help a little bit. Anybody not finished the race? I think there was one person. Brandon Jones. He qualified 2nd, I believe, so not a good finish for him. Look at the money. See what we can get out of a 3rd place finish. We're almost up to that 30 million. Maybe if we get a really good finish in the Cup Series. I believe that is staying stationary in the point standings, so that's fine. Sadler is the points leader, so we definitely lost some points to him. That's his 2nd win of the year. So good for him there, and I will see you for qualifying in the Cup Series. Alright, here we are starting a qualifying lap in the Cup car at Kentucky. Let's see what we can do here. No idea if it's going to be good or bad. The setup is very similar to the Xfinity car, so not too much adjustment there. Turn 3 and 4 are just a lot harder than 1 and 2, in my opinion, to master. Well, let's see if we can maybe get a decent qualifying effort. I would very much appreciate that. 24th. I'll take it. Still gonna be a giant pain, but at least we're starting on the outside. That'll help too. I have a strategy, but as we have well documented, me and strategies as far as
Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series is at Kentucky Speedway for the Quaker State 400, presented by Advance Auto Parts. This track is nestled in college basketball country, but these fans also love their racing. Now, last year, Brad Keselowski thought he ran out of fuel near the end of the race, but he had just enough left in the tank to hold off Carl Edwards. Will we see another fantastic finish here in the Bluegrass State? We're just moments away from the green flag.
Alright, I almost cut off PRN there, but I was about to say, as we know, usually when I have strategies, they don't end up working when it comes to avoiding rivals. When it comes to pit strategy, sometimes they work. But when it comes to avoiding rivals, usually they're not very good. I gotta just try to find people that won't run me off the track. I think Trevor Bayne might be okay. He is, so that's a good thing. And again, tri-oval is going to be the safe spot, much like the Xfinity race was. So we're going to try to be super aggressive coming off of turn 4 in the tri-oval. Okay, well, that was me being stupid.
Car high, car low.
Well, there goes that. Oh, Danica.
Car low.
What happened there, Danica? I do not think I touched her. I think she spun out on her own. But of course,
Green
I've
car, green
ruined
coming,
what
nice
good
and
starting
smooth here.
position we
Going
have, so
Carlo,
nothing can go my way in this game. It never does. Never does. So frustrating. At least in this playthrough.
careful.
Oh, crap, I'm going against my own wishes. Can we please clear DiBenedetto before the backstretch?
Hold the top.
Okay, close
Stay
enough.
Right there.
Close enough. Turn! Nope. Nope, didn't
Still
turn. Well,
Carlo,
frick me, I guess. This is going to be a long race at this rate.
you're hitting your mark. Great lap.
Great
Clear to
lap.
slow.
Really? That was a great lap, according to you, Mr. Crew Chief? Alright, let's not insert ourselves into a situation we don't want to be in. I can deal with Matt DiBenedetto, but I can't deal with a 3-wide situation.
Hold your line.
Oh, look, it's everybody's
Stay
favorite
high,
Daytona
car there.
500 winner, Austin Dillon.
You're hitting
How
your mark.
fabulous
Great lap. Clear low.
that you've
Carlo.
graced us with your presence yet again. Okay.
Steady.
I'm just going to follow in single file here. See if I can maybe get on the outside of these guys.
Still there. Clear high.
Like that. Exactly what I wanted to do. See if we can maybe pick up a few spots in the tri-oval.
Hold your line. That was a great lap.
I'd love to get around Castle and McDowell before we get to the
Hold
backstretch.
your line.
Oh, this is going to be close. Okay,
Stay high.
tap,
Hold
just
your
a few
line.
taps. Alright, nothing too catastrophic there. Nothing too catastrophic.
Are underneath.
Dow pinched me up a little bit there. I don't know if he has somebody underneath or not. He might. Yeah, he did. I was wondering why he was pinching me up so
Stay
high.
high. Hold your line.
Alright, we're going to fall in single file here. Not going to test it. Look at Aaron being somewhat smart.
Hold your line.
Watch that backfire in my face, but at least for the time being, it's nice to think about,
Carlo.
me being smart for a change. And this is the end of the stage, because just as I get on a roll, that has to ruin everything. We're pitting. I know they can probably make it, but it will set us up better for the final stage. They probably can make it, so this is,
Nice and smooth here.
how long is the stage, I guess, is the next question. If it's a 10-lap stage, then we're in really good shape. It is. Now, when it comes to stages, usually the AI get the extra large fuel tanks, so. But we're going to let this play out here. I'm not going to be super aggressive right on the restart. Wait until they get single file before I start making passes. So we're going to see if they have to pit. We had 9 laps of fuel. Usually they shave off maybe a half a lap or so under caution. And it's a 10-lap stage, so theoretically they should have to come in. But, as we have well documented in this series, the AI doesn't do what you think they do when it comes to pit strategy. So we could win this stage, or we're going to finish last. It's about a 50-50 shot, honestly. But it's, even though we were making progress, it still wasn't going to get any easier. But we do have a decent strategy when it comes to the last stage, as far as where to pass, where not to pass, and how to deal with some of the people who want to run you off the face of the earth. Alright, we're going to get around a couple of these guys here. If there is a gap right here. Starting to get a little more single file, so we'll be a little more aggressive here.
Carlo.
I saw Joey Gase was gonna try to cause some trouble. So,
Easy. Hold your line.
all right. Well, this is not what I wanted to do. Can I get past Sadler? Yes, I
Clear
can.
down.
Actually, he hung to the bottom for some reason. I don't know if that means the pit stop might be commencing or what, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll start making our way through the pack a little bit just in case if they can make it to the end.
You're hitting your
We
mark.
don't want to be
Great lap.
last. So we're going to try to work our way through
Clear,
a little
clear.
bit. Now that they're single file, it's a lot safer.
Car underneath.
Oh, look who we're going to end up right next to. Matt DiBenedetto.
Clear high.
Your attempts at foiling me have been unsuccessful in this race, Mr. DiBenedetto. Oh, there's a huge crash coming on the
Clear
pit
low.
road, but it looks like everybody saved it. So they are pitting, and they almost caused a caution because of it. So they are going to have to pit. Oh, there's also more shenaniganry. What would be a good word for that? I don't know. There's a lot of craziness going on. So
Hold your line.
let's let off because Paul Menard's arrival. Yep, this is not going to end cleanly.
Caution is out.
Yep. But that did not end the stage, so we might have a shot at a stage win here. Yeah, the AI on mile and a half have a really awkward way of getting on the pit road, and it just does not work sometimes. And that's something they need to fix for this next game.
Almost ready.
Because we noticed that in the
There's the green flag.
championship mode, the 2018 championship mode stream this weekend. And I believe it was at Las Vegas. They were, the AI were being really crazy when they were trying to get on the pit road, and when there was still a decent pack, it was going to be kind of hard to. Oh, so only one lap to go. So barring incident in turn 3 and 4, we might win this stage. That's beneficial. I don't think we've won a stage in a long time, that's for sure. But thanks to a strategy, we won stage 2 somehow. Not quite sure how that happened, but I'm not going to question it. Now, what is the strategy for the end of the race? Yes, they're all pitting again. 4 tires and fuel probably going to mess me up. Pit. No, we're gonna do 4 tires and fuel. I have to. I know we're going to lose some spots because of it, but with this long run, I'm gonna regret that decision, and we know it. But oh well. Well, everybody should be good to the end now. No problems. So now we just gotta get back to being smart here. Okay, well, Michael McDowell's gonna be super aggressive, and that's gonna put me in a really bad spot coming off of turn 2. Yep. Alright. Lose a couple spots, that's fine, but we've recovered, and we have the tri-oval to work with now.
Careful.
I should have only taken 2 tires and not a full load of fuel, but oh well. Can we get past Eric Jones? That would put us in a better spot. Austin Dillon, I don't think is a rival, so that's good. But everybody's good through the end on fuel, so now it's just a race to the finish. We have a super fast car. We just got to pick and choose our places to pass.
10 laps to go. Hold your line.
Traditionally, this wouldn't be one of those places, but we're desperate, and I really do think we can get a good finish if we're smart.
Clear low.
But making this 4 wide is not going to be a smart proposition.
Car low.
So we're going to have to deal with the tri-oval from the inside lane.
Clear. You're getting
And if
faster
I can
out
get
there.
back to
Great
the
lap.
outside by the turn, then we'll be in good shape.
Hold your line.
Now there's Dale Jr. We know he's a rival. But he's being nice to us for once. We're almost in the top 10, guys. I'm sure pace alone. This is a nice change of
Hold your
pace.
line.
It really is. We're in territory where not everybody hates us anymore.
Stay
But
right
don't
there.
let that get to your head, because there are a few people up here who do, like Matt Kenseth, for example.
Keep it right there.
And I know Kyle Busch is also mad at us. I'm not sure if Chase Elliott's mad or not.
Clear down low.
Shoot the middle there. That's a new way. I'm pretty sure Stenhouse is mad at us, so we got to be careful around him. Casey Kane maybe as well. Not really sure. But we might be able to get a legit good finish out of this, guys. But we just really do not need to end up next to Matt Kenseth on the straightaway. Yep, saw that coming. But it was a light enough tap to where it didn't hurt us too much. I wish the corners could be reversed. Like, I wish turn 1 and 2 were turn 3 and 4 instead. Because we get really good runs on the high side. Oh, there's a caution. And we're going to start on the outside, so that's beneficial. We're only going to have maybe 4 laps to go. 3 laps to go. But that bunches everybody back up. I don't know whether that's going to be good or bad for me. We're going to find out.
Nice and smooth here. Going
But
green.
we know
Green
for
flag.
sure
Green
Kyle
flag.
Busch's arrival, Matt Kenseth's arrival.
Carlo.
I don't know about Ryan Blaney. He might be. I'm not positive.
Car underneath.
Stenhouse is probably a rival as well. We're going to find out here. We're going to try to push this high lane forward.
Hold your line.
We got the Hendrick train up ahead. It's weird seeing Kane in the Mountain Dew sponsorship instead of Elliott.
2 to go. Hold your line.
Alright, we're gonna go high and try to make a huge pass here. Oh, we spun out Chase Elliott.
Car inside.
I was
Clear
gonna
on.
make it 4 wide there, and I think, well, they're wrecking behind, so that's gonna be another
It
caution.
is out.
And we're gonna start on the inside. That is not what I needed. If I maybe waited another millisecond to make that 4 wide, we would have made up a ton of ground.
Almost ready.
But
Nice
now
and
we're in a
smooth
very
here.
scary
Green
position.
flag. Green flag.
And that probably also means Chase Elliott's now a rival. Or close to it, if he wasn't already. Not thrilled about being on the inside. Let's try to get to the outside
Top is
now.
clear.
Alright.
Clear low. Clear low.
That was not the kind of corner I wanted there. But we didn't really lose any ground. Hit the wall there. That's going to cost us.
Car underneath.
I thought we might have had a shot at a top 5 here, but that wall hit probably rules it out for us. Let's at least try to solidify a top 10. I'll get aggressive going into 3 and 4 again, but I don't think I'll be able to do much. 3 and 4 are my weak corners. Nope. But let's just solidify our top 10 here.
Good run today.
10th.
Top 10.
Hey, considering what we've had to deal with up to this point, that was a really good race. We have to admit, that was a really good race, considering what we have dealt with up until this point. This entire weekend, as far as Kentucky and in the game, has been excellent racing. Had a lot of fun, and that was really a good race. We finished 10th legitimately. Jimmy Johnson ended up winning. We did win that stage too, so that'll help us in the points. We were talking about that earlier, getting up there in points. Everybody finished the race, so good for everybody. So that was a good race. Let's see if the money puts us over the threshold. Looks like it will. So now we have earned $30 million in this game. That's quite a big number. 9th in points. I actually think that might be a decrease. I think we were 8th before. I don't know. But either way, we did get our playoff point. So we have won 5 stages this year now, so that's good. But let's head back to the menu, see if there's anything else to take a look at. Alright, so we got a doubleheader at New Hampshire next week. That's going to be painful. Let's see if there's any new rivals. There were 24 before. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So we're still good. And Trevor Bain wasn't a rival. Anybody else who I thought might have been a rival? Ricky Stenhouse is friendly. That has not been the case. That has not been the case. I guarantee you that has not been the case. As far as the other series, we're still clean in Truck Series. Yes, it was Matt Tiff that we had the second rivalry with. Who was the other guy we got into? Hemrick, wasn't it? Yeah, Hemrick's fine, so. That's that. Next week we got doubleheader. Let me just confirm, make sure it is a doubleheader. Yep, so we got New Hampshire next week. That's going to be great. But considering how bad I thought this episode was going to go, New Hampshire might go really well. We never know. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from ATF Gaming, be sure to hit that red subscribe button and click that little notification bell so you get a notification every single time I post a video. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye.